Throughout the history of the Academy Awards, numerous high-profile celebrities have chosen to boycott the ceremony, opting out for reasons ranging from personal disappointment and political protest to philosophical objections and simple disinterest. These absences have often sparked conversations about the nature of awards, representation, and the value placed on Hollywood's highest honors. As the 2026 Oscars approach, actress Amanda Seyfried, now 40, shared her own candid perspective in an interview with The New Yorker. When asked if winning an Oscar remains important to her, she responded directly, "No. Do you remember who won in the past 10 years?" Seyfried emphasized that while a nomination can significantly boost a career, it's not the win that's important. It's the nomination. It does thrust you forward. The actual trophy holds little appeal for her. With recent projects including The Testament of Anne Lee, The Housemaid, and the limited series Long Bright River, which earned a Golden Globes nomination, her focus appears to be on the work itself rather than accolades. One of the earliest notable boycotts came from Elizabeth Taylor in 1966. Nominated alongside her then-husband Richard Burton for their roles in the thriller, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Taylor ultimately skipped the ceremony at Burton's urging. Having already lost 4 times previously across various films, Burton was weary of the repeated disappointment and convinced his wife to join him in abstaining. Ironically, Taylor won Best Actress that year for the film, adding to her earlier victory for 1960's Butterfield 8. Burton continued to face losses in subsequent years, including For, Anne of the Thousand Days in 1969 and Equus in 1977. In 1973, Marlon Brando made headlines by refusing to attend despite being the frontrunner for Best Actor as Vito Corleone in The Godfather. Instead, he sent Native American activist Sachin Littlefeather to accept on his behalf. Littlefeather delivered a powerful speech protesting the mistreatment of Native Americans in Hollywood films, though she faced boos from the audience. Brando's decision highlighted issues of cultural representation and industry accountability, making his boycott one of the most politically charged in Oscars history. Filmmaker Woody Allen has long been known for avoiding award ceremonies altogether. After sweeping multiple categories in 1978 for Annie Hall, including Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Picture, he still chose not to appear. His absence became a signature trait. He once described the entire concept of awards as silly. In 1974, following the lack of nominations for Sleeper, he remarked that he could not accept others' judgments of his worth, whether positive or negative. Allen did make a rare appearance in 2003 to introduce films made in New York post 9/11, but his general stance remains one of disinterest in competitive honors. Paul Newman, nominated multiple times across decades, 1959, 1962, 1964, 1968, 1969, 1982 and 1983, finally won in 1987 for The Color of Money, but was not present to accept. He likened the long pursuit to chasing someone for 80 years only to be too tired when they finally relent. Newman received 2 honorary Oscars in 1986 and 1994, and later nominations for Nobody's Fool, in 1995 and Road to Perdition, in 2003, yet he maintained his selective approach to ceremonies. Eminem won Best Original Song for Lose Yourself from 8 Mile, in 2003 but did not attend. His co-writer Luis Resto accepted the award. Eminem later admitted he stayed home because he doubted he would win, falling asleep during the broadcast. In 2016, Will Smith boycotted the Oscars in solidarity with the #OscarsSoWhite movement, protesting the lack of diversity among nominees for the second consecutive year. All 20 acting nominees were white. Though not nominated himself for Concussion, Smith stated that he and others felt uncomfortable endorsing the ceremony as okay under those circumstances. Earlier, in 1989, he had boycotted the Grammys over the non-televised rap category, calling it a slap in the face. Smith's 2022 Oscars incident, where he slapped Chris Rock on stage, led to a decade-long ban from attending, separate from his earlier protest. Spike Lee also boycotted in 2016, despite receiving an honorary Oscar that year. Like Smith, he highlighted the absence of diversity, posting on Instagram about the lack of flavor among nominees and questioning how actors of color could be overlooked entirely. These boycotts illustrate a range of motivations, from exhaustion with repeated losses to active protests against systemic issues, philosophical rejection of awards culture, or simple prioritization of personal well-being. They remind us that the Oscars, while prestigious, do not define every artist's legacy or priorities.